Play Your Part Podcast, episode 19, excuse me, 19, episode 19, Sports Edition. This is your.
They called me the Black Paula Abdul.
All right. I think we will start off with. We'll just start off with. Yes, we'll start off with football. Two of them. Julio to the Bucs.
Oh yeah. Julio Jones recently signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where Tom Brady has come back again. We all knew that already, but this just gives them a non-controversial uh, Antonio Brown. I think Julio still got a lot left in the tank, seeing how his last 3 years has been riddled with injuries. One of them with Ryan Tannehill as his quarterback, so he wasn't doing as much. But I still think that this was an amazing pickup, and for the price that they got him, because a lot of those veterans receivers who are still out there haven't been picked up yet. And Julio's healthy and ready to go. That's gonna be great. I said, imagine it's gonna be Julio on one side, who's known for catching over people. You got Mike Evans, who's known for catching over people. And you got Chris Godwin to blow the top off whenever you need it. So I said it just makes that offense even more high power. As long as Leonard Fournette gets back in shape, which I'm pretty sure he could in the gym or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good pickup. I mean, kind of just. Oh, this just like it just gives time for Godwin to come in when he needs to come in at the proper time. I believe you can with Gage and and the other receivers that he has will be sufficed until Gage actually comes back 110%. From the ACL injury. Um, I don't know. I think I'm more than worried about. I'm not really too much concerned about it because Bright is a pretty decent tight end. This is be the year that Tom Brady doesn't have Gronkowski, but hey, who's to say Gronkowski won't come back in week 6 or something like that? You know how it is. He just does. The rigmarole of practice and stuff kind of gets to you after a while, and
Yeah,
but
he come back right before the season starts.
yeah, he can. You know, just
Yeah, man, they'll
with
take him with open arms. It's like you already know the plays.
yeah, because Kyle Rudolph is not the answer, but but I think that'd be fine. I mean, Julio is still, like you said, he's still he's still a good receiver. He still has a little bit in the tank. He just has to maybe he needs to get with Tom, help him with those soft tissue uh, ailments that he has, the hamstring, the soft tissue muscles. I mean, soft tissues that he has. That's mostly Julio's problem. The downfall is he's like him, James Harden, and Chris Paul. They always have these soft tissue issues about hamstrings and stuff, and deal about hamstrings are kind of like rubber bands. Can't be too tight, can't be too loose. It's got to be just right. But they have to find what that just right is to to sustain all these 17 plus games in the season. So hopefully, if we get a healthy Julio, then it'll be impactful.
But yeah, I said he'll be straight. I said after getting beat up all those years.
Yeah, your sound is your sound. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what you do to your sound, but it sounds like you're far away in a hole.
I should have said it earlier that I said future Hall of Famer Julio Jones is on the Buccaneers now. I said after all them years of getting beat up in Atlanta, I said he finally. I said
Your,
the
your
injuries are
sound is
going to
still
be
bad, bro.
3 years.
said it sounds like you far in a well or something. I don't know.
Say how's it?
Say something now.
Here,
Yeah, go ahead.
what else do I say? Should have announced him as Hall of Famer Julio, future Hall of Famer Julio Jones, because he's already done enough. In my opinion, he's been a top three receiver in the league practically his whole career. Besides the last couple of years, which I said he was with, been with Ryan Tannehill, but I still think he has much in the tank. He really hasn't been doing much in the last couple of years. And I said all those years in Atlanta, him getting beat up, being the number one target all those years. I said the injuries gonna have to come. I mean, we're gonna have to come at some point. I said it's gonna be in the later years. But I think, like you said, get with Tom Brady trainer and see how we can fix these hamstrings. He was out twice last year. I thought I had a steal on my fantasy last year.
Mm, yeah,
Julio in the temp? Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I mean, we have to see. We will have to see. They just have to work with time. Him and Julio and that time they'll got enough time to work on timing together, getting that rhythm down. So
Oh no, I guarantee they already been doing that.
I mean, they already doing it in training camp, but I'm pretty sure like off,
On
you
their
know,
own, yeah.
on their own. Yeah,
That's the type of quarterback Tom Brady is. He like, when you get in town, meet me at the field.
yep,
But I don't care what day it is. I know you ain't signed a contract yet.
yeah. I mean, they have been talking. Tom has been trying to get him to do it for a while, and finally, who else came around and did it. So it's going to be something exciting to see. We'll see how that turns out.
Say it's a great
Ne-
fit, but I'm pretty sure Julio probably was looking for more money or something.
Man, you're not gonna get no more money. You gotta prove yourself to get some more money. You gotta be durable. You gotta play more than 6 games, 6 or 8 games like you did last season, for somebody to be
Yeah.
serious about that. Um, Next one is: are you okay with Lamar Jackson negotiating his own deal?
You know, who NFL has been a number of players who look at their own contract or do their own contracts and stuff. I always put it like depending on what school they went to or something. I mean, a lot of them, people like Lamar Jackson, actually graduated from college. So I said they're not dumb by any means. But that's not your area of expertise. Is my whole thing. I'm just like I'm cool with you. You knowing what you want, you can go in there and negotiate it yourself. But when it comes to looking over that damn contract, I said you probably should get somebody, a lawyer or agent who knows that stuff to look it over. They'll be like, you can negotiate, be in there all you want, but also I want somebody else to be looking over my stuff.
I think also too you gotta look at the flip side of it. When we're negotiating contracts, it's a lot of if you're not emotionally how you want to say it, it's going to be hard for you to do it on the sense of they're going to negotiate it to where they're going to talk about the things you probably haven't done or what you're lacking at. So it's some things that you probably don't need to hear as a player to hear from a organization. As in when you have an agent, they can kind of be the middleman shielding all well, he ain't do this and he ain't do that and this and that. When it starts to get personal, it kind of like you kind of need that buffer zone, which is that agent to kind of be like, hey man, we almost close to it. We close to getting it done. Whatever. We'll keep continuing working on it, to where the agent can hear those negative things instead of you as a person hearing it, because some people start to get personal with the actual negotiation because it starts to talk about personal things that you haven't done yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's nothing much you really can't hang your hat on what Lamar hasn't done. He has won MVP. He's taken his team to playoffs. Um, his numbers are consistent, and I mean, I feel like that. He's trying to work on his passing, but once again, it's not like he was a bum or he's just like the Kyler Murray who hasn't really did anything, hasn't really made any impact as far as for like playoff wise or going deep or being consistent or playing like almost a whole season. But Kyler Murray always getting nicked up because once again his problem with him is you don't study. It's your problem. You're trying to improvise, and that's not what it is. You have to be a student of the game. You know what I mean? Like people don't want to take it serious. They want to get paid, but don't want to do anything. But as in Lamar, he has fulfilled his contract and actually over and exceeded his contract, his rookie contract. So it's just kind of like the longer you wait, that Kyler Murray deal is going to be dwarfed compared to like I'm seeing him probably Lamar probably going for 48 mil a year, maybe a little bit more guaranteed money. But I'm not saying he's not an expert at it, but by now he would already have a deal close enough for getting done. They probably, as an agent, would have waited until Kyler got his contract, and then I would have got my contract because he would probably him between what Kyler got and what Aaron Rodgers got. He'll
Yeah,
probably get 48 and a half or something like that. 48.5 million or 49, something close to that right there. A little bit more guaranteed money. Uh,
well, I said that they probably was close to a deal, and then Kyler got his contract, and he's like, "Well, I got to get more than this guy."
of course, I mean, of course, and that's why waiting is the best virtue because Kyler ain't did nothing compared to what Lamar's done. So
Yeah,
like unless I mean I don't know, you gotta kind of like you kind of want an agent because that person can concentrate on things where you can concentrate on football and not having to worry about eventually Lamar you have to stop playing football to negotiate your contract. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go up to the front office and being like, all right, man, we need to get down to the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is what the numbers I'm looking at right now, and write the number down. It needs to be done. So I'm not against him doing it on his own, but I think as far as for hard feelings, I think you would want to cut that out because they're gonna say some stuff because they're gonna try to validate the reason of what they're gonna give you, and they're saying that you haven't done this, haven't done that, but you've done all these things or whatever. So it kind of gets personal when you start talking about stuff like that. And then also dealing with contracts like I'm not saying he can't read, but you just need somebody to be attentive to that situation. You know what I'm saying? I understand people don't want to get agents because they want to pay them, but
when they throw all that legal bingo on there, I gotta have somebody here to check it out.
yeah,
I said, like I said, you can go in there and negotiate like this is how much I want, like you can haggle shit or whatever. But as far as when it comes to like all them clauses and everything, they gonna just sneak in there.
yeah,
I wanna you have somebody look it over.
yeah. You do have to have somebody with some other eyes to pay attention to it, look at it, or whatever. So
So that's 10% that could be staying in my pocket. I don't know how much they pay people.
yeah,
I said 4% off 100 mil is still 4 million.
yeah, do that, but still, I mean, you have a contract done. Mm, All right, the next topic. I guess we're going into basketball, and we're gonna go for this new and improved way that Kevin wants to start doing this until this things happen, and this is gonna be
Oh yeah, we
the
doing
the
a
let's go, the Durant Watch.
we're doing a KD watch. All right, so
Yeah.
this is something that we're gonna bring up every week until something happens because it seems like every week there's a new team involved in these trade rumors. Who was it this week? B was it? I feel like
Um,
Utah was last week.
yeah, the KD watch now it was this past where they're talking about Jalen Brown,
Oh yeah.
Jalen trading Jalen Brown, maybe possibly Marcus Smart with um, with the White and a first round draft pick and a couple pick swaps for KD. So that was the latest one that came across. That's been
Oh
some
yeah.
kind of been something that's serious enough for them to consider or something like that. So, and
Well,
I'm thinking
I
that they
mean, Jalen Brown and Marcus Smart fit their player requirements as all star and a starter. The pick swaps, you need a couple picks. But that's just a dumb trade
why is that?
for
Why you say
Boston. For
this?
Boston, Brooklyn would definitely win that trade. Now you got pretty much a whole roster at this point.
Yeah, but I
You know,
mean,
their problem last year was they lacked depth and team chemistry. I said Jalen Brown and Marcus Smart are team players.
yeah, I don't know if they're not hesitating because they don't want to come off Marcus Smart because he was Defensive Player of the Year last year. So
I wouldn't
I
give up
don't really.
Jalen Brown either. They like he's like 23, 24. I mean, at least you get the
24.
pick swaps would be cool because at least ain't trading away your future like that,
I
like
mean,
they want.
it's 24. Jalen Brown's
Yeah.
24, and you got Kevin Durant who's what 34. So,
Jalen Brown's a strong defender and he averaged like 25 points a game. So
and I
I
think
would,
what people say it's like what's the most disrespect. Why I only talk about Tatum because Tatum didn't even show up in the playoffs.
yeah,
Brown was holding it down, being
Brown did.
consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this
yeah,
ain't the
he's
first
gonna
time
get
that.
you what he got you.
Well, it ain't the first time Jalen Brown's name came in the conversation for trade. They're talking about for the Anthony Davis back when he was on
Mm.
the Pelicans. So
Yeah, but that was before he took off though.
yeah, but
Jalen
still,
Brown.
I mean, yeah, but you still was the second time your name's been brought up in the trade rumors.
Yeah.
So
But now since the report then came out, Jalen Brown's over there upset.
well, don't really be upset. Stick it to him. You're gonna come up. You come up. I think he says he's got like 2 more years on his deal, and then after that, when you come up for an extension point, just wait the ass all the way out until you get a max. Well, he can't
Yeah,
get a max.
he
He
could.
so
Oh
I
no, he
just
needs a
All
All
Star
NBA
appearance. He needs
team.
an All NBA team. He needs an All NBA team for to get the max. So
Yeah,
make an All NBA team this year and then stick it to him. That's how you stick it to him.
I don't know
They
if he's
got
gonna
to pay
play.
you.
I don't know if he's gonna make an All NBA, but he'll make an All Defensive team, which is just as good when it comes to
Yeah,
contract.
yeah. He can still make the All Defensive team. He can make an All NBA team if he plays like he played in the playoffs.
Yeah, but they gonna
But
be they gonna need to be like one or two. If he's a shooting guard, only three All NBA games. I think he's the top two shooting guards in the league right now.
no,
Yeah, so that's what I said. All defensive team.
the defensive team he can make it.
He's- Then he'll get the recognition that he needs. But, you know, they're gonna be hurt up once he's not a top three shooting guard. He's up there. He ain't top three.
Yeah, no.
He got
All right. So anything else you want to talk about on this Kevin Durant watch?
oh yeah, tune in next week to see who's the new trade contenders for Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
We're gonna go through all 30 NBA teams before the trade deadline.
yeah. All right, then
My
the next.
the Sacramento Kings.
You said what?
I said my best Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, you're. I don't know why your sound keeps going in and out, but
Watch
uh, the next one is talking about Draymond. Draymond wants a 4-year max extension.
it. So reports came out earlier this week that Draymond Green of the NBA champion Golden State Warriors wants a max contract extension with this next contract. But I said, and if he's not going to get a max contract, he's willing to look at other teams. And the thing is, there's two parts to this. Do you think Draymond deserves a max contract? And do you think he's going to get it anywhere else if he ain't getting it from the Warriors?
Um, no, because I mean they waited Steph Curry's last year to give him an extension. Did the same for Clay. Um, Myers not going to change anything. He's going to do the same thing. It's a question of does Draymond Green at this point of his career, only averaging seven and whatever, um, deserves a max contract extension. I mean, he's 32. Um, do you think he deserves a max contract? I mean, and at this point, why get a max contract where I don't know you have other players that you underlining young players that you need to keep on the team, and why not just like instead of going from there, you know, how about just go, I don't know, 20 mil a year and then contracts 1+1s. At this point, for me, for as looking at it as a contract wise, I'd be looking at Draymond being like, yo, I'll give you a 2-1. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, your numbers and stats don't really put up for me giving you max money. They
He's
really
the heart
don't.
of the team.
I don't care. You could be the heart of the team, but do you deserve to get Steph Curry money?
You could be brain dead. You can't be heart dead.
Yeah, but at the same time, like I wouldn't pay him. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't pay him a max contract because who you got already got on as a max player.
Steph, Clay, and Wiggins.
Okay, so it's only max so many max contracts you can give out, and it's at a point where we're going to have to start looking at something being economical. Are we here to win championships? Or are we here to collect on a check? I understand that what you're doing, but in hindsight, if you go somewhere else,
Lamar,
where you
I said
gonna
they still
where,
got to
you,
pay Jordan
where
Poole.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, if you went anywhere else, who's gonna be who's gonna really buy into that? You know what I'm saying?
Detroit. They didn't give it
Yeah,
back.
yeah. If you can go up there, you can go back up there where you from.
They just stopped paying Josh Smith for a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Josh Smith, yeah. Josh Smith ain't been playing them some years.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, in the sense of where would you go? Where would Draymond go if they weren't going to give you a max extension? If you would be like max extension or bust, and they say, all right, go about your business.
Mm.
Where else would he go? Where would he go at the Lakers? They ain't giving you no max.
Well, it's weird if this comes out. now because he still has 2 years on his contract. He has this year and then a player option, which he's obviously going to take because
Well, I just think that he's not worth a max contract. Let's say it like that. Harder the team or not, we're looking about numbers, and then we have these following up contracts and these numbers, where you're going to have most of these rookies. By the time you get to 40, they're going to be already ready for their deals. That's if
so
Wiseman turns out to be anything, it turns out to be something, and you got Kaminga and you got the rest of these other ones. So, I mean, they'll still be on their rookie contracts, but then we got to look at these close to expiring contracts. So, because you already
he said
you already lost you already
like
lost some of your defensive players. What's that?
he said the stats might not look good, but he has the rings.
Okay, you're a good defender, but stat wise, you don't even average. You're not even averaging 10 points a game.
Yeah, and see, this
I
is the
mean,
point I'm trying to make. Is he's 32 now, 2 years left on his contract. He'll be 34. A player who averaging 7, 7, and 7 at 32 is going to be 34, asking for a max extension. To your point, you said he's not putting up the stats, and you want you want me to give you a max contract? I know you do. I know you got passion, but in like a year, you're gonna be coming off the bench because we can't keep letting you.
well, I mean,
That's-
that's what I'm saying. It becomes
Kaminga
like
is
I said
right
before.
behind you, waiting
Yeah,
for his
I
time.
mean, literally, like if I know I have a Kaminga sitting there waiting to take your spot, bro, I would just be glad to just stay on the team. You know what I'm saying? Hell,
Right.
just keep giving me 20. Give me a 50. Give me 20. Give me the veteran minimum, or give me that 20 million. A year. Until after that, then that's probably as max you're gonna get. It's just being able to get 20 mil, just 1 year contracts. Because after that, really, to be honest with you, like you've done it. You done did what you could do. You
Yeah.
get to that pinnacle point where you're at that 24 mark. I mean, when you're at that 34 mark, it's almost to a point where they're not going to give you a max off of that.
I mean, and honestly,
Yeah.
I said unless you still want to have that running, but he's not really chasing anybody, you know, making you grind or stuff. He's definitely gonna play as long as he can get you. And he's still getting Brian's gonna be he beats great performer. I said, not like he's chasing anybody. Draymond, I don't get looking
Hey,
like
do you have headphones? Do you have headphones?
we have 4 championships. You're gonna go to the Hall of Fame. Also, I'm pretty sure after Chuck retires next year, TNT is looking at you.
Yeah.
I'm like, pretty much set up. I don't know why you keep playing. I mean, don't get me wrong. If they offering you 20 million, like you said, take that money. As long as they still offering me good enough money for me to keep coming back, I'll keep coming back. Really not
I
anything.
I don't know. I would just try to. I wouldn't even worry about it. Like you said, I would be trying to just play out my contract that I got now because I already got a. Because the last deal he got was a max one, didn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, bro, you didn't. You only gonna get so many maxes, bro. Or whatever. You played that max you're playing that contract out. Like you
yeah,
said
that's why.
before. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like before, like you just go ahead and just like if Chuck gonna retire, just go on that TNT panel. I mean, I mean, you got that in your podcast. You got the rings, so you got credentials to say it. So,
But yeah,
all
we'll see.
right.
I mean, somebody out there might be like, I'll give
No,
them
nobody. No, let's be for real.
crazier things have
Draymond.
happened, man.
Yeah, but let's be for real. It's
Lakers
kind of
gave
hard.
Luol Deng $71 million.
A lot of we can can say a lot of teams have gave bad deals.
And a four-time champion with passion like that, you don't think somebody's gonna be like, hey,
Go ahead. See how that he's gonna work in your concept of how you play.
eh, a place
So
like the Heat,
yeah, maybe, but you ain't getting no big deal. Just
that
better
would
let you know.
be the most tiresome defensive team in the league.
Yeah, yeah.
Bam, Jimmy, and Draymond just out there.
I mean, that's the only team that you can see them on because they're just a defensive team like that. They some dogs. I mean, that's probably about it.
Could fit
Um,
in Toronto,
yeah,
maybe even Boston.
yeah. Um, the next one is we're talking about Zion's weight restriction in his rookie extension, his max extension. Zion has in his contract where he has a clause where it's a weight restricted. He has to stay under 290 pounds. As his weight restriction is right now, he's at 280. But he needs to stay under that weight. I feel like that he needs to be at a good 260 between 250 260 for him. Because that's too much weight, too much to be coming back down on. I feel like that he needs to be in a healthy weight. That's the problem with him is his durability. He hasn't been durable since he got in. You know what I mean? It's not like we seen his numbers when he actually was in the season. He went to Austin, but after that, it's been a no call, no show. But I'm paying you all this money, paying you a max deal. You need to show up. You need to stay at this weight. You know what I'm saying? So like at this point in your career, it's like if they let you go, it'll look bad. If they keep you there and you don't perform, it's still gonna look bad. It's just all about these players. Like I mean, you're getting paid to stay in shape, and that's all you have to do. It's not like you have another job to work. Just have a nutritionist with you. You know what I'm saying? Keep in shape. And stay healthy because
Make
that
enough
that
to have a
because
personal
that
chef.
yeah, man. Because I mean, the Pelicans are actually a decent team. They've got young players that showed up in the playoffs. They picked up C.J. McCollum. Bi is still there. They still got viable players that's coming off the bench for their and they still got Val Jonas and they got that team. They just with him playing, I feel like that they can get further in the playoffs. They won't have to be playing for 9 and 10 spots, and they won't be going in no playing tournaments. They would actually be seated at least at a 6 or 7 seed in the playoffs if they have him as being something that's viable to staying healthy the whole season. Um, I think it's a necessity because if I invest that much money into somebody, they need to be able to stay at performance weight. It is. That's been a problem for him or whatever. So, what is your thoughts on it?
84 games in 3 seasons is what I got. Uh, Still don't agree with the max contract that they gave that man. 84 games in 3 seasons. He was dominant when he played, but it's the same thing with a lot of other people where you say you got to stay healthy. You got to see what you get out there before I give you this huge contract. I guess they had to do it now because even though he says he wants to be there, uh, that free agency that's right there might look pretty damn good. That's coming
But
up.
but it does. But now this is like a make or break, and you're gonna be a forever bust or a bum, or you're gonna show up and perform. Because we haven't seen you performing. We haven't seen you perform in any playoffs. Hell, season. So it's kind of like I would try to put any kind of clauses in there that's gonna make sure that I get the guarantee on my return. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to just barely try to get in the playoffs and barely get to the next round and barely. No, we need to go ahead and make a strong run. Everybody's
I give
buying
him
into the.
I give him 260 to 270. He's gonna get up to two. He's gonna be at 280. That's probably where he's gonna be for the bulk of the rest of his 20s.
Tell
You
you,
know, getting older,
let's wait.
you just put on weight
Let's
as you
wait.
get older.
Yeah, yeah, you get older, but that's why you need
And
to,
he came in at
go ahead.
260. So
I feel like that you need to stay, but no over 260. You know, so I think
yeah,
you need to stay in that. I
for
think you
his
need to
knees,
stay in
because
that.
he's what he's like 6'7".
Yeah,
LeBron came in at 240 and he sits around 260, 265 right now. So that's why I'm saying 260 to 270. He's probably going to be more in the 280 range just because as he gets older, what he has now or what he had was natural. Like that's just how he grew and working out and everything. So as he gets older, metabolism slows down and all that stuff. He's probably, I mean, if he's not actively trying to keep his weight right there, he's gonna probably get up to 280. You don't want to get up to 290, 300. You don't want to be Charles Barkley round mound to rebound. You're stronger. You're more athletic. You can. I mean, he can be great because like when you watch him play, when he did play 84 games in 3 years, still gave him a max contract. That's how dominant he is. And when you watch him play, you can see that he's just stronger. He's probably one of the strongest people in the league. And you can see it when he's grabbing rebound. Anybody try to fight with him, you guys just let it go because he's gonna throw you with the ball.
yeah, that's true. Very, very true.
But like I said, you make enough money, get yourself a personal chef, man. I said only eat his meals or his or her meals.
Yeah,
I said, stay on your stuff, keep working out. That's all you got to do. I mean, I know your foot
yeah.
messed up. You better start working that upper body or your calves or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
A
your
lot of
feet
leg
and all.
workouts, you don't have to be standing on your legs to do. So your
Well, you
lower
got
body
feet
workout.
and all of your knees. All this is contribute to your top weight. So that's why I say you need to stay in a playing form and stay in that weight class that you need to
Yeah.
be in because less pressure on your joints is better for you in the longer run. So
He said you're a world class athlete. Train like it. So you got
yeah,
to say that way.
yeah,
I know it's
because
all
you're
been
getting,
God given to this point.
but it's been but getting paid for your God given talent. So now
Good.
these people will have an investment. With any investment, you want return on your investment. Because I'm gonna tell you what this max this what's gonna end up happening is not have don't have a casino don't have they're only gonna give this 2 seasons and then they're not even gonna give it the second season. They don't see it this season. You don't play a whole season. The next season coming up, they're gonna be talking about Zion trade somewhere else
Mhm.
because that's just the way way it works out. You don't produce or show any production or no kind of upsides, you got to get rid of it. Then New Orleans can go right back to what
So
they were to get those lottery picks again.
it's gonna be like what's his name? Jimmy Smith said spent the first 3 years injured. I said then he goes on to have a Hall of Fame career once you get traded or off the team that drafted you.
Yeah, the New York Knicks can make dumb decisions like they always do and pick it up.
Don't worry, Knicks fans. Y'all day will come one day, maybe, if they
Never.
fire everybody and start over.
No, they
And
need to
then
fire
that
the
still
owner.
won't help. I don't think Jalen Brunson was worth all that money. I mean, he's good, but damn.
Oh well, another person overpaid.
Good.
Speaking of basketball, we want to give condolences out to Bill Russell. Uh, he died today at the age of 88. If you don't know who Bill Russell is, he has the most NBA championships, more than Jordan, playing on the one team that he's been on, and he coached that team, the Boston Celtics.
11 titles in 13 years.
Yep. Can't,
Will
can't,
Chamberlain.
that's a record that nobody's gonna be able to beat. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's a crazy record or whatever. So yeah, the condolences to the Russell family. But yeah, um, you got anything else?
We always forget, man, the album. We need to pick an album.
That's that's the pick of the litter. What you want to pick? What you feeling like?
Oh man, you know who dropped an album
Who is
that I,
this?
I like? I only heard snippets of it, and I kind of like what I've been hearing.
Who is it?
Oh, I thought you was gonna take a guess.
Oh, can't think of
Beyonce.
anybody. Oh,
She dropped the album.
what? I mean, people like her can't just drop an album like that. You don't have to
Yeah, I mean,
do
people
any
still gonna listen
promos.
to it. It's probably number one already.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it. I've only heard like snippets from like the internet or social media, people using their songs.
yeah.
But what I've heard,
Is it?
I've kind of liked. I was like, oh, she on some other stuff for this one.
So is that
I'm
the
not the
album
biggest
review?
Beyonce fan. I mean, I
You want
respect
to
her. I
do
know
that?
who she is. I know better than to say anything bad about her.
Yeah, that
So,
Beehive come after you.
yeah,
Be like Kevin. Kevin said it. I didn't say it.
it was
Kevin said
always my goal to get canceled in the first year. So I said, you can't cancel me a second time. I'm already canceled. Shouldn't even be.
it. Yeah. So is that the
But
album
yeah,
review
we
you
can.
want to
You
do
want to do that one, or
next
you want
week?
to do? Huh?
Yeah, we can do that one.
Yeah, yeah. Say it because I need some motivation to actually listen to this new album. I'm listening to a lot of new
Yeah.
music anyway.
What other new music have you been listening to?
Uh, just a bunch of random stuff, man. I pulled up listening to Elton John the other day. I was like, this dude used to be cold. I mean, he might still be cold. I don't know what he's doing now.
Still cold.
Yeah, I was listening to it. I said, this stuff is actually pretty good, pretty decent out here. Because I like I went through or I like saved like all the greats. Like I saved their best album because I want to see like what the hype was about. Why do people consider them great? Like a lot of people don't listen to older music. Where do you think these artists be getting their samples from?
Yeah.
I just realized that "Who's That Lady" was the sample from I.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why it took me so long. But yeah,
It's good to know
Spotify got a channel. It's
sample.
hip hop samples or like
Mm-hmm.
hip hop. So they play the actual the hip hop version of it, and then right after they play the
The
where they
sample.
got the sample from,
Yep.
which is where I find like a lot of new artists too. Because like certain songs, the instrumental is so nice that like even the sample song is like a classic song that you've heard before. I'm like, oh, so I gotta check out this artist. They probably have more. I just got so many albums to listen to. But I saw that one came out this week, and I know that's the biggest one. Might be
Yeah.
like a week late though. Unless you want to do the Wiz album. Not looking forward to that.
No, we'll stick with the Beyonce joint.
Yeah, I had this discussion with someone. I said, I don't know what he's doing now. Say he's got his core fan base and they super loyal, so they keep coming back. I said, as just a fan of music,
You talking about Wiz the Kid?
Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, Wiz. No, I mean he sticks to his genre, man. I mean he's forever. That's gonna be Wiz is Wiz. You know
Yeah.
his core, his core fans is his core fans, man. I mean that's that genre, man. That's that smooth, laid back, riding around the city type deal. You know,
Nah, it's not
right?
that anymore.
What are you talking about?
It's not the smooth, laid back music no more.
No, I'm talking about if you listen to his old stuff.
Oh yeah, his old stuff. Yeah, that's what I say. You got the core fans now, so they like listen to all of his new stuff, which keeping him afloat. But I'm pretty sure most of his concerts are his old stuff, like when he performs and stuff.
Yeah, it's that metal beat that plays,
Those
man. So
those days of Wiz dropping full albums that were just like the whole album was fire are over. You might get 2 or 3 songs on this. I mean, I don't want to say that it's over because I still believe in him. I think it was Thundercat or Open Mike Eagle, somebody like that.
mm-hmm.
They said like they were hanging out with Wiz and he has like all this like genre altering stuff or like music that he made, but he won't put it out because he got his core fans and he's gonna make his money. So I'm like, that's why I said I don't want to say that those days are over. I'm pretty sure he's got like stuff in the vault that's gonna blow people's mind, but he won't release it. Keep
Yeah,
people happy.
yeah. I think you got to take a risk every once in a while
He's
to
got
put
his
it
money.
out
He's
there.
cool.
Yeah,
Got his own weed. He said, "I reached every goal I set out to do."
yeah, it's true. Very true.
So I said, "He don't." I mean, I guess yeah, that's what it is, though. You can be happy with it. Just know that I'm upset with it. He don't even know me, so he don't care.
Yeah. So you got anything else?
uh, no, that's all. Uh, yeah, that's all. Jacoby
Oh,
Brissett looks like he's gonna be the starter for the Browns. Thank God.
he beat out your boy
Josh
Rosen.
Rosen. I don't even want him on the team. That's why I said thank you. If we're not gonna have
What?
Deshaun, at least put Brissett back there. He can hand the ball off to
I
Nick
feel like that
Chubb and
y'all need.
Kareem Hunt.
I,
That's all you
I
gotta
feel
do.
like that. I feel like that y'all need to that running game until Deshaun gets back.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely.
some different variations of running game, and then also too just for Brissett, you know, to keep the play call simple. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple.
Yeah. You get 3 downs. You better be running 2 of those.
Yeah, so that's true. They keeping the run game, the defense. Don't try to do too much. I mean, it's not like y'all got some real fire receivers like that.
You got Amari Cooper,
Yeah. Mm,
Peoples
pro-
Jones, which when
yeah.
Deshaun Watson comes back, they gonna have a great year. But they gotta wait till
Oh yeah.
Deshaun comes back.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucks. He comes back. This dude's just garbage. The worst we've seen.
Yeah, man. We shall
This is
see.
Deshaun
If they
Watson
ever,
year, huh?
what's that?
I said I'm trying to think what was the year that Deshaun Watson came out and who had the. I said, did we have the first overall pick and we just passed up on Deshaun Watson? Then years later, got to go back and pay this man.
I forgot what year it was.
Dabo Sweeney said he should be the first overall pick, and you know what we did? I picked him first. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Y'all always pick something goofy. Y'all have the worst quarterback decisions ever.
Oh yeah, but I'm still sticking with him, man. I said if I stuck by the Browns when they drafted a 29-year-old quarterback in the first round, I can
Yeah.
stick with him through this.
It's
A
pretty. It's pretty.
29-year-old quarterback in the first round of the NFL draft. Good times, man. Good times. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's horrible. Yeah, man. But if nothing else, man, I think this is it, man.
All right.
All right, man. If we don't have nothing else, man, it's Play Your Part Podcast, and we out, man.